Okay, so it says we're live, but are we actually live? Let me check my phone. I should have had that ready already. You would think that after all the times of doing this, I would be used to doing it this way by now, but I guess not. Ooh, there's a video about why Sergeant Pepper failed. I think I already watched it though. But yeah, that movie was a train wreck, man. Like I don't know whose idea it was to make a Beatles movie without the Beatles, and I don't know whose idea it was to use the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton instead. But it was not a very good idea. I'll tell you that right now, because I don't even mean any disrespect against the Bee Gees or Peter Frampton. Probably because the camera's not working yet. Yeah, it's still all black. It's kind of funny that you should show up right now because I was actually just talking about the Beatles. But yeah, like I don't know whose idea it was to make a Beatles movie and not use the Beatles and instead use the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton. But it was not a very good idea because and I don't even mean anything against the Bee Gees or Peter Frampton because I think those guys are pretty talented, like in their own right. But yeah, the Beatles are kind of hard to replace. Grant G says, I'm invisible. Yeah, it seems like the camera still hasn't quite kicked on. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes maybe it's StreamYard, maybe it's YouTube. I don't know what, but sometimes it has a hard time putting me up on and there I am, and I'm all fuzzy, and I need to trim my beard. My beard's getting all crazy. So, yeah, so today I have to open up for you the Masters of the Universe 2026 movie. This is the Beastman from the Kids Core line. Now, we opened up the Origins version of Beastman, and here he is, and he's massive. And I'm sure there's going to be a Chronicles version of Beastman coming. I don't remember if I've seen pictures of it or not, but I'm pretty sure it's on the way. I mean, how can you not do Beastman? Bobby Wald is here and says it's like the Sopranos ending, but with volume. Well, then I guess I'm a step up as far as that goes. Amy says, yeah, I'm glad I didn't know when I was a kid, but it annoys me now. So for those of you in the chat who don't know, Amy is my cousin, Amy, who's been mentioned many times in this live stream before. We practically grew up together. So she played He-Man action figures with me when I was a kid, and I played He-Man action figures with her when we were kids. Grant G says, your beard's fine. It's distinguished. Well, thank you, Grant G. Anthony Jameson is here and says, I'm excited for Tuesday because I'm playing the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight on day one. That is really cool. I saw a little trailer for that on Facebook the other day, and they were playing some A Kiss from a Rose in the trailer. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grid. And I'm like, that's awesome. They got the Batman Forever song in there. That's cool. Amy says, practically siblings. Yeah, like definitely ask that photographer who took our family portrait that one time. But yeah, me and her had plenty of adventures on the planet Eternia and in galaxies far, far away and all that kind of stuff. So it's always nice to see her on the channel. So everybody say hi to my cousin Amy. All right. So let's have a look at, here's what the back of the package looks like. We got some cross-sell artwork here with He-Man and Teela and from this line, and it's got the little stats here on the back. And I'm not sure how these rankings work, but obviously he's really high in terms of strength, moderately high in terms of combat, pretty low in terms of intelligence, a little higher in terms of magic, which makes sense because he can control animals, and very low in terms of tech. Anthony James asks, can you do the stomp effects with your mouth, please? What, like we're like a Robert Pattinson Batman kind of thing, where clonk, clonk, boom, boom, boom. I don't know what stomp effects you want, man, but or is that the ones from the trailer with where they were playing Kiss from a Rose in that? It was a good trailer. And I remember playing like the older Lego Batman games, and I really enjoyed those. I do like just Lego Batman in general. Really loved the Lego Batman movie. I thought that was great. Got lots of Lego Batman sets that I've built over the years. I still need to open up the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. I still need to put that one together. I haven't put that together yet. But I've got over on my shelf across the room from me right now, I've got the 1966 Batmobile and the 1989 Batmobile. So I figure that the BTAS Batmobile will look really good sitting next to those two, which are my two absolute favorite Batmobiles, by the way. And I did want to get the Batman Forever Batmobile because I really like that one. And I have somewhere, I have the Ben Affleck Batmobile. I kept meaning to get the Christian Bale Batmobile, but I never got around to it. Grant G says, I'm thinking of buying the movie Trap Jaw figure. Yeah, if I can find the Origins movie Trap Jaw figure, I'm definitely going to get him. And the Chronicles one, I definitely want to get. I don't know if they have like a regular Kids Core Trap Jaw. I figure they probably do, but I know they have some kind of action one that's supposed to be in scale with these. So Amy says, I still have some of my childhood figures. Yeah, I think I might have some of your childhood figures too. I know I got a couple of your Star Wars figures and the Millennium Falcon. She entrusted me with those when she moved across the country. So I take that responsibility very seriously. And the Darth Vader carrying case. But some of the figures that are in that are my figures, and some of the figures that are in that are her figures, and some of them are figures that I bought since then. But let's see, there's not really a bio on the back here. Well, there's this little blurb here that says, Beastman hunts for the sword of power in service of his evil master, Skeletor, which was, I think, the same blurb on the back of the Origins package. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, and we will compare him to the Origins version and to the original 2000X figure. Have a look at that. Oh, and since I ripped open the back, there's where you can see the He-Man versus Skeletor on the back. I kind of ripped off half of Skeletor's skull face. Amy said, those are yours. I sold them to you for a plane ticket to California. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I guess that is true, but I still feel like you entrusted me with them. You didn't just sell them to anybody. You probably could have got a better price if you sold them to certain other people. But you knew I'd take care of them. So, and I've done my best to do so. You know, I've moved around a few times, and I've had to, like, you know, sometimes purposely abandon stuff, and sometimes stuff got left behind on accident. But that's something that I've always tried to make sure that I've got those on me. And so, like with a lot of these core figures, he just had the plastic little rubber tabs around his ankles, so that's good. Amy says, that's true. I kept them in the family. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so there is Beastman out of the package, and he has one accessory, which is this whip. And it's pretty similar to the whip that the Origins version came with. It's, you know, much smaller, obviously, but it's a smaller figure. But it's very similar in terms of like the sculpt and everything, but it's not identical. Like, I noticed the whip handle is a little bit shorter. Bobby Wald says, I'm happy I don't have to sell any of my figures for a plane ticket to California. I'm already here. Yeah, but if like you went somewhere else, you might need the money for it. I don't know. But yeah, she moved to California many years ago, and she's been there ever since. So, all right. So comparing this guy to the Origins figure, I think is going to be kind of interesting. Because you see, obviously, there's a lot of similarities, but obviously there's a lot of differences, too. And one thing that springs to mind immediately for me is he actually does have a blue loincloth, which, of course, the original Beastman figure had the blue furry shorts. And this one has like a blue loincloth to kind of match up with that. But on this version of Beastman, it's like a dark brown. So I'm not sure which one was more accurate to the movie, because I haven't really seen the movie yet. But it'll be interesting to find that out. And he's got the same kind of red fur around the shoulders and over the top of his head with the straps on the side. But they didn't paint the straps on this one, so he's just got kind of red straps. I guess they were trying to save a little bit of money there. But there is a lot of good paint detailing that is not on the Origins figure. These are actually kind of better detailed than the Origins figures. He's got like some wash on his face kind of bring out some of the details and stuff like that. They did a really nice job with the paints on this figure. Although I have to imagine that when they do put out the Chronicles figure, he'll be a little fancier. Amy says, well, I was in my 20s in a galaxy far, far away. Bobby Wald says, I would just treat that like I would treat it just like that cartoon Howie Mandel named after me and use my imagination to travel. Well, that's a way to do it. And then Al Davis is here and says, evening, Alan. Evening, everyone in the champ. Can you do the stomp effects with your mouth? Pretty please. I'm not sure what stomp effects you want. Boom, boom, boom. That's about the best I can do right now. Sorry. But yeah, the armor is removable, so let's go ahead and pull that off. Well, we'll take off the armor and see what it looks like underneath. I have seen recently that Mossman is going to be in this movie, and I kind of wonder if maybe they're planning on using some of these parts for Mossman, like with the original Beastman. You can maybe reuse some of these parts on Mossman. I don't know. For even if you didn't flock it, the mossy texture, I think for the fur would work just fine. And it looks like the gladiator kilt comes off at the waist. So let's go ahead and take that off too. We might as well see what all of this guy looks like once we get all of the accessories off of him. And these have been some really tight snaps on here. And now this is really weird because I'm used to seeing the furry shorts when I take off the Kids Core loincloths and things like that. But no, this looks like it's just sculpted to be like part of his body. You can even see like the lower part of the abs there, but it's colored in like a much darker brown. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just not intended to be removable, and they just made it some other color for the sake of modesty. So it looks like he's wearing underpants, but why not just give him underpants instead of just painting the fur a different color? Like, why did they do that? Al Davis says, do they still use flocking on figures often? No, not very often at all. In fact, I think the last figure I got was flocked was actually the Origins version of Mossman. So they actually did flock that one. So Bobby Wald says, wow, the sound effects are amazing. I'm surprised that Lucas Light and Sound doesn't just take you and put you in their archives. Yeah, you and me both. I mean, like, sometimes I amaze even myself. Also, like, Beastman's fur, like, just goes all the way down to, like, his belt, practically. And it seems to just kind of end right there, which is kind of unusual. Well, let's go ahead and get them put back together now that we've had a look at all of that. And then the thing that I had an issue with, a minor quibble, if you will, with the Origins figure, again, like I mentioned before, it carries on to this Kids Core version, which is that I kind of feel like I think that this is supposed to be a garment that he's wearing, at least in most versions of Beastman it is, and that this is supposed to be like his actual fur. So shouldn't the fur on his head match the fur on his body and be a different color from the fur on his vest? I would think that that's the way that works. That's the way most versions of Beastman seem to work, but not this one, which is unusual. And then he's got the medallion on the chest with a little blue gem in it. The Godzilla stomping sound effects, is that what you want? Well, that's about as best as I can do those. You know, they did those with like a kettle drum. That's how they did those in real life. It was Akira Ifukube who made all those sound effects. And like, I think that, I don't remember what instrument it was, but for Godzilla's distinctive roar, he rubbed like an oiled glove down the strings of a stringed instrument, like a bass or something like that, a cello. I don't remember exactly what, but yeah, that's how he made that noise. So he made all the animal noises that the creatures made. So very talented guy. A lot of people say that Akira Ifukube is like the Japanese John Williams. I disagree. I say that John Williams is the American Ifukube. He came first, and the Japanese Ben Burt. That's right. He came before Ben Burt too. So dude is a legend. All right, so let's talk about the articulation on this guy. Now, as is typical with Beastman figures these days, and actually the Origins version was an exception to this. His neck is at the top of his torso, but Beastman's neck kind of jumps forward and his head rotates all the way around, but it rotates all around kind of vertically, and it can kind of look up a little bit and down a little bit, but not a whole lot. Beastman's arms rotate all the way around at the shoulders, and they kind of bump into the armor a little bit, but that's to be expected. And then he's got a single joint of articulation at the elbow, bends in about that far, and then that rotates all the way around. And then he's got wrist articulation that rotates all the way around, and his right wrist has a vertical hinge on it that moves up and down like that, and his left wrist has a horizontal hinge on it that moves back and forth like that. And then Beastman can rotate all the way around at the waist, and Beastman can kick forward about that far, and then Beastman can do the splits no problem. And then Beastman has a single joint of articulation at the knee, which bends in about that far and rotates all the way around. And I should point out that Beastman's legs don't exactly straighten out all the way, so I think he's always supposed to be at like a slight crouch. But that tracks with the Beastman character. That makes sense for that. So let's have a look at this movie Beastman next to the 2000X figure. And of course, when we opened up the 2000X animated Beastman, we compared the Origins movie Beastman to that. There's a lot of Beastmen to compare to each other, but you can see if I hold these two next together how their proportions are very similar. Obviously, the 2000X figure is a bit larger, but you can see that you can see what an influence that 2000X design was on the new movie version. They carried over a lot of aspects of that version of Beastman. And then to compare him with our other movie version of Beastman, let's get another look at that. And you can see that since this is a larger scale line, the Origins line, and he's much larger. But the funny thing is that the Origins figures, the standard Origins figures are the same height as the standard Kids Core line. So like the Kids Core He-Man is the same height as the Origins one, but he's got more of that 1980s style bulk. So you can see he stands about the same height. The Kids Core Beastman is just slightly taller than the Origins Beastman, even though the Origins, I'm sorry, the Kids Core Beastman stands just a little bit taller than the Origins He-Man, but the Origins Beastman just towers over He-Man. He's like a full head taller than him. And plus, like I said, the bulk is the main thing as far as the difference between the scale on these figures. And you can see that even though he's about the same height, He-Man, this version of He-Man is still quite a bit bulkier than the core version of Beastman. That having been said, if you don't feel like ordering off of the Mattel Creations website and you just want to have a Beastman for this guy to fight, I think they're pretty well in scale with each other. I think they work out just fine. It's fine to me that Beastman isn't quite as muscular as He-Man. He's got a bit more size, but he's lankier, and that kind of makes sense to me. That kind of works. Oh yeah, and in case I didn't mention it before, there's absolutely no articulation on these guys below the knee. That's typical for the core line. Al Davis says it does give me Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman vibes. Yeah, I think they were definitely thinking about the Wolfman when they designed this particular version of Beastman. So yeah, this figure is really cool, and I like him. And it's not as good as the Origins figure, I don't think. It doesn't have even though I think the paint is a little more detailed than the Origins figure on the face, at least ever so slightly, it's a little more detailed. I do feel like this one's a little nicer in a lot of ways because it's got the soft goods fur and all that kind of stuff, and it is a bit larger and everything like that. But this one's really cool this is a $10 figure, and I feel like these figures are a really good price for $10. You know what, Al Davis? Al Davis corrected his typo from earlier when he said Lon Chaney Jr. He actually, and I didn't even notice. My dyslexic ass didn't even pick up on that. I read that normally. That wasn't even the sort of thing where it's yeah, I knew what you meant. I just corrected it in my head. No, my head corrected it for me. I didn't even think about it. because like I said, I'm a little bit dyslexic. So sometimes when I'm reading words, like I'll just read like the first couple of letters and then the last couple of letters. So then put it together in my head from the context because my brain works too fast. And but yeah, I knew not only did I know what you meant, I never even noticed that you got it wrong. So if you're gonna misspell something like that with anybody, be glad that you did it with me. Because I didn't even notice. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for Beastman. I've got one more of these Kids Core figures in my collection to open up, and that's Mechanic. That's one more that I have in my possession right now, and I did order the Skell Knight off of Amazon, but that says it's not supposed to get here till like the 22nd or something like that. So Skell Knight's going to take a little bit, and of course we still got plenty of Masters of the Universe 2000X cartoon collection things to open up, and one more of the Filmation cartoon collection, because I don't remember if I'd mentioned it to you guys or not, but on one of my recent trips to Ross, I did find that they had the Orko / Uncle Montork figure. So I should be able to open that up sometime soon. So that's going to be one of these figures that I open up in the month leading up to the release of the Masters of the Universe movie. And then we've got lots of other stuff. We got lots of G.I. Joe, including those Crimson Moon figures, which I consider to be at least unofficially, at least kind of a G.I. Joe adjacent kind of figure. We got lots more DC stuff. I picked up Saturn Girl today. Oh, and as far as He-Man stuff goes, I also picked up the Chronicles version of Man-at-Arms. So I'll have him opened up very soon here. But we got lots of Universal monsters. We got lots of cool stuff. So you want to make sure that you like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below, and leave a comment. I like it when you leave comments. YouTube likes it when I say like and subscribe. So I like to say like and subscribe. Al Davis says, I'm the same as you. I also double check and reread shit too. Missed that. Cheers, dude. Hey, it's all good. Like I said, I didn't even notice. Bobby Wald says, Alan, where are you getting your figures? Are you ordering them online, or are you finding them in stores? Because I never see the figures I'm after in stores anymore. Well, a lot of the times I'll pre-order something on like Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon or GameStop. Usually when I'm pre-ordering stuff, I try to go to the Big Bad Toy Store first. And if they don't have it, then I'll check GameStop or Walmart or Target or Amazon or one of those places. But usually I try to go to Big Bad Toy Store first. So I've got all kinds of stuff in my pile of loot. And then, with the Chronicles figure, with the Chronicles He-Man figure, I'd seen where that was available to pre-order, but I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger on pre-ordering it. I'm not sure why, but I kind of suspect maybe that I just really wanted to find that figure out in the wild, that I just really wanted to be in the store and see it on the pegs for the first time at the store and do it the old fashioned way. Cause this seemed like it was going to be like kind of a special thing for me in a lot of ways. So, and I found the Scareglow figure that way. And, of course you have to order King Grayskull on the Mattel Creation website. So obviously I did that way, but I was holding out to find the 2026 movie He-Man on the shelves, and eventually I did. So there's that. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next episode. I think I'll probably go ahead and open that Man-at-Arms figure. I'll probably go ahead and do that. That'll be the next one. But yeah, Man-at-Arms I ran across when I was at Walmart today. I bought Man-at-Arms, and I bought the McFarlane Saturn Girl figure, which I'd actually seen that at Walmart a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't pull the trigger on it at the time because I was already buying some stuff. And I'm like, well, if I miss out on her, I miss out on her. Oh, well, that's just going to be that. But I ran across her there again today. So I was like, well, God's putting it right there in front of me. I can't say no to God. I don't want to get smited. So I went ahead and picked it up, and so I'll have that open up fairly soon too. That might be one of the figures where like I do a little bit of a segue away from the Masters of the Universe stuff, because even though I've been opening a lot of Masters of the Universe stuff this month, and I kind of feel like it should be a very Masters of the Universe heavy month, I still got a lot of other stuff to open. And hey, I still got this the Silver Age Supergirl figure that I got the other day. I still got the Black Canary figure from this same wave that I got a couple of weeks ago. I still got the Melissa Benoist Supergirl figure that I bought a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we got like still a ton of stuff to open up for DC that I haven't gotten around to yet. So that's probably going to be stuff I'm going to do in the near future. Oh yeah, and I've got this extra Vigilante, because of course I already opened up Vigilante, but I got the extra one that I bought, so I can do my Lone Ranger custom. So that should be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I think I don't think I have anything else to say about Beastman, and yeah, I think that's it. I probably need to go ahead and take a nap before I got to go to work. I'm working late tonight, so I like to try and take a nap before I go to work anyway. But tonight I'll be working till like 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna be up late, and that's a day where like not only do I get off at 7 o'clock in the morning and have to drive back during rush hour traffic, which means I'm probably not going to get home till maybe around 8 o'clock if I'm lucky. Then I got to turn around and get ready to leave for work at 4 o'clock. So I'm literally going to have like hardly any turnaround time tomorrow. So I'm probably not going to do an episode tomorrow unless I wind up waking up early and can't get back to sleep. Usually if I do an episode when I got to work early, that's usually how that is. So if I do an episode tomorrow, that I woke up too early and can't get back to sleep. But I will almost certainly have another episode, if not Monday and if not Tuesday, by the very latest. We'll have an episode up on Wednesday, and that'll be when I open up the Chronicles Man-at-Arms figure. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We will talk to you next time. Bye.